This is day 2.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting. The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep doesn't come.
Hey, where's the captions?
And then sleep doesn't come. Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening. Maybe it's the bed's fault. Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. Smells of alcohol and sweat and grease. It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing, a bit tense in the muscles. Relax, it's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it? Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep, and images start forming.
Is this a dream? It is a dream. Oh no, it's me! No!
Do you remember the scent of your childhood? Do you remember your wife's hand on your face? Do you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth? You know who I am. I'm the bad day. The one where you ask her, and then later in the streets, wandering. It's the worst day of all time, Harry dear. And it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone.
Wait, is my character married?
Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This will be the last thing you did to her. Tell me, do you remember the love of your life?
I left, I was left.
That's right, funky baby. And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on your dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours? No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium. Everything. The Pale and the Islas. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. No, you haven't. You're just sleep-talking. And the act is wearing thin, too. The spots on the disco ball. fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakes time, sweating up the bed. Stinky boy. You're not coming back from shit, thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours, bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding? You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover. Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Doesn't seem like my character sleeps very well.
Good going, buddy. Really? Because you feel even worse this morning than you did last night. You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think. That's not really true. Your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline. Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday, despite your debilitating hangover. How else did you think you even got up from this floor? It's power, man. It's professionalism. It makes you feel like you're young again and ready to detect. Ready to go to war against the world.
Oh man, do I do drugs? I might need to do drugs so I can actually do my job.
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired. Suit yourself, slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark. The door is closed. Still nothing. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The Union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. Men who drink beer for breakfast? There's talk of an armed wing of the Union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them. I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it. That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay? One more thing before we do. Continue with our business.
Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
3 points. Yes.
Can I help you?
Don't want to pay you yet.
Just a moment.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge.
And there's no public phones?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear. Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The Union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too. The manager was vague about it.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later.
To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
A little missing persons puzzle might just be the thing to take your mind off the hangover.
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully. But you have more important things to worry about. Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them? Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. There's a nameless old fishing village nearby, but we've never had any trouble there before. There is a lot of crime around here, isn't there?
I can't say it's the best part of town, but I wouldn't worry too much about a pair of grown men traveling together.
Some fringe science is exactly what's needed right now. Spice up that vanilla murder investigation.
Are you sure we have time to go chasing after bug hunters just now? I did suggest we play it cool, but... Yes, but a junior officer could. Fine. Our victim's already been dead.
Oh, thank you, officers. Truly, I'll be right here if you come across any sign of... Oh, yes.
It's a pseudo...
That's...
She's used to playing off such...
My apologies, ma'am.
It's not a hobby, dear. Searching for such species...
The quality of research at Revacholian universities has been on the decline. But you're an enthusiastic idiot. But you're still an idiot.
We don't have time for Cryptozoology 101. Let's get back to work, shall we?
Oh, dear. Well, his expression...
You can't go around Revachol feeling grown men's hands. If you want to find...
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with...
The lieutenant pulls out his...
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him. We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more.
I hope I've been useful. Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
Well?
Ah, yes. Phasmatodia. A diverse group of...
Where other phasmids imitate sticks, hence its name, the...
I knew it.
It's not made up. It's simply elusive. Well, some teenage... Of course, most...
Enthusiasm has wiped the word.
I suppose I have something of a personal connection to the... Not at all. Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology. Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the... Oh, dear. Morel can explain it all.
Well, pick up a side quest.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives... He looks up at you. Then, shrugging is an international sign for no. That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How... Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade? Yeah, man, yeah. Your mesolimbic reward pathway. Calmly, the lieutenant looks out of the window. Then to you, licking the tasty rum stain off the counter. But only a little. Then out...
What are you doing? We should move.
You could definitely go for some more. The titillating scent of...
Let me handle this. Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten.
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
No, I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does. That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest, if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems? What are we going to do to you? The Union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But
Well, that's hey, wait. Can I do anything with the...
Droplets of rain fall on the white on blue police livery of the motor carriage. Do something important? Something murder-related? This is a Caprice Canema with its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine driving even at a standstill. Someone has waxed it recently.
You want to take a closer look? Yes.
Helium headlights would improve the range and quality of...
Actually, I have a pair at home. Just haven't gotten around to fitting them yet. I need to lay... Maybe.
Yeah. And means no.
130.
I reckon that's a... Man, that's got to be a major advancement over the KR-18GU engine on the old Caprice 40.
Yeah, you know it? Yes, that's right. I'm very impressed that you know this thing.
Yeah, alright. Cool.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone,
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Bétancourt, sur la Clé in 42. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Semenine conflict. So, it seems the armor went to Semenine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued. The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP is a military contractor called Trinell, and the one before it was Downwell. I think they might be the same contractor.
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though. Sure. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I will have more information for you then.
In the cabin, you see a set of stairs.
All the damn kids are still here.
What do you see?
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants, and the fish lips stay silent in response.
I told you, he is male, 40 to 50.
Could I change my armor to...
Before I squeal, pig. Stay away from me, pig!
Kuno's got this.
If there ever was such a...
Oh yeah, nappa goofy, Kuno!
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants.
Okay, let's see. What else can I do?
An old East Delta Commerce Center. This must be the name of the doomed commercial area. You ring the door. What an ominous name for a hair salon. All you hear is static, but you ring the doorbell. You wait for a minute. Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter. The doorbell. You hear static from the intercom. You can almost hear.
Yes, hello. This is Tracy.
She sounds almost antique. Wait, but what happened to Slipstream SCA? There's no Tricentennial Electrics on the list.
My God.
The lieutenant.
It's you. My God.
She must be mistaking you for some. Who cares that you don't remember her? Just go along with it.
Michelle, just please. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care. Ever since I came to work here, it's been different.
A spot of static overrides her.
It's so nice.
She sounds like she's about to cry. She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay. Another seagull passes.
It must have been some kind of faulty wiring. We should maybe stop playing with this doorbell. It looks ancient.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read silence. No one's home. Silence. No one answers the doorbell. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell.
This menu is very funky.
Silence. No one answers your call. This button looks new, but someone...
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
An off-key melody.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games. Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore. So I can't...
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead.
Okay. That was fun.
Can I help you?
Oh, no, I'll save.
Can I help you? Do I have a shaker in my...
It's not a shaker. It's not.
Am I wearing a little bow tie? Am I smiling? Do you see me smiling and shaking my little shaker? That's right, I'm the cafeteria manager.
Play it calm. This man needs to understand you need a drink to help the community deal with police stuff.
Like what?
Well, let's talk to this guy.
This is where you say your bit.
Detective.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something?
Do not let their squeals disturb your serenity. These are but simple peasants, sire.
What, is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
Hey, asshole, up here.
We're looking for Titus Hardy.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that won't.
You're sure taking your time, waiting for him to get ripe and pretty for you, huh?
Oh, he was a real pretty boy by now. Real hot stuff. Letting out that pretty boy smell.
Time to go to work in the shit factory!
That's weird.
Easy, boys. These janitors have a hell of a job cut out for them. I mean, I wouldn't go in there for $1 million.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match. Starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man in his 30s, sitting on his right. Standard working boots. Size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room. Probably mid-50s across at the other table. Hobnailed working boots. Size 43. Gang tattoos. He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in... And then, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 46. The big dick. Wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips. Rugby cap. Fingerless gloves. And numerous scars. A little under 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain. In the far corner, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 44. 40-something. Non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum? On his neck. Forget it. Let's call this one the musician. Size 41. With the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face. Mean, watery eyes. And 2 front teeth missing. In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46. Deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He, alone, is 130 kilos. Add the man in arm. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy. Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions.
The fuck is with you, fella? What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy boy, there's 7 of us and we're all here. Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy boy? We ain't hiring.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
She? So there's an 8th Hardy and it's a Hardy girl? Who might it be? Elizabeth? The gardener?
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here.
It has to be good if he won't let you pursue it. Looks like the loot.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy Boy. It's a she, and you don't...
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. End. You're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Container belt? Like we use in the harbor? Because we took it from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hit. We did this. Together. All of us. Until he was dead.
There's a catch hidden somewhere. He didn't confess so that you could take them all away. It's too simple.
There is no catch. These 7 honest men have all equally come forth to tell you what happened, so that you don't waste...
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
Who do you fucking think does?
Titus, no one was thinking
that there's any question who's the leader. That's how he would have ended it.
No. 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 Fuck no! The big dick is right here, asshole. You're looking at it. Right.
Disregard the outburst, officer. None of the boys have any comments on their power relations. That night, they acted as one. That's all.
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorseful?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the...
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
What is... Who are you?
But you see, a lawman, is something people agree upon. And here in Martinez, we agree that this man... Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town. And he stepped out alive.
What kind?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Seminine written all over him. Ex-Oranese special.
A live grenade, right here in our bar.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to some...
'Cause one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm on...
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did.
Sire, this is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. He regrets mentioning it. Hopes you didn't notice.
could kill us all if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started to
He grabbed someone?
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl. Young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs. Show me your cunt. Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
There's something odd. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it.
No. You're not getting the name.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you.
You don't have to keep answering his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the...
Known him? We don't...
Yeah!
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that...
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier? The representative for White Pines?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they... Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has...
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus.
We hanged him up by...
Didn't they teach...
This is where an autopsy would come in handy. You have to work with what you know.
Maybe wrap it up instead? Nothing. Your investigation here is done.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't... I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real.
Yes?
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again? Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body. You know where that shit comes from? They know they can't beat us in a fair fight. So they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial.
He eyes you warily.
I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell. What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately.
There was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved this country. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to.
If they were getting drunk inside the whirling in rags, how could they know who broke into the lorry?
What? Aren't we allowed to say that he's the kips who do all the stealing around here? That's not road to science, man. Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang. That he's a Samaran guy who likes to pretend he's just follows the smell. It's...
Yes, yes.
Looks like I offended your partner there. Too bad. See, his tribe are natural liars.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not in...
Guess so. Oh man, oh god man.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
Oh, that's free experience for no reason. I have level up. Ah. I could level up suggestion again.
Bastards! We have... Hold up and stay frost. You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down. Good. We're fighting. Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us. Rights of people.
His manner of speaking is wooden, the tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned thread.
Might be time. Don't let the I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand, though. Maybe you should ask them. We have family.
So do we, Scott.
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to... And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men are tired. Like civilized folk, you mean?
It would be better for the neighborhood if you...
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Honest men and women, with rights. We came here to help the...
I have a question. Why do all these men...
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market. The rules of the economy. Because they were... Give up!
Oh, these guys are the scabs. I thought they were the worker.
A lorry stuck in the traffic. The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photo. The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants.
I'm gone. In the past. Way out in the west. I'm a joke. Look at me. A killer. Go ahead. What do you mean? It's the power of your... Go ahead. Ask me more. Because you're a copper. Here you go, you loony. Fuck no. You're no Rooney. No, you don't. Between you and... Because you have. Do I remind...
A child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
You sure I got out of that one? Coppellini. Come back later, Corpo. Amuse you. Of course. You have questions, don't you? Come back later.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material. Someone else? You mean like...
What was that about processing, then? Weren't they supposed to take care of the boots? Why don't they help?
No. Think of the boys from processing as murderers. Only instead of people, they murder crime scenes. Processing is a wrecking crew. They know how to commission off items and how to word in scene. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pigs!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
Silence. And produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. That's a Kiel A9090 armistice. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is...
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says,
God damn it.
A lot of things were wrong with that shot. The fellow's test was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyes.
Fucking idiot!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely.
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
Climb up there and... There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees. I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case.
I would really prefer if there was another way. These people might have an agenda. But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks. Go ahead. I'm not stopping you.
I only have one.
This is the sorriest pair of...
I lost my gun.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana boyka. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth.
Point the gun at the belt.
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard. You've held this, an A9 armistice, before.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
I can point the gun at the kid.
Or what? You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck me, pig?
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming the slow movement of the branch in the wind.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty? Do it! Set me free!
Don't.
Do it!
Oh, I can shoot a kid.
Intense shit, copper.
Could waved his gun. It wasn't intense, it was pathetic.
You'll feel the slow move.
Look, he's crying.
-1 responding to provocation. Oh no. Ah. I could have quick save too. Lost 10 minutes of progress. Well, let's go for it.
A plume of smoke erupts from the barrel. Your hand goes numb. You missed the belt, but hit the corpse straight in the chest. Bits of ribcage protrude from the skin. No blood, only a murky sludge dripping down his belly. The sudden stink makes your eyes water. Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness.
Fuck. Guide up to 58% too.
East Delta Commerce Center. This must be the name of the doomed commercial area.
Kuno's.
If there ever was.
Oh yeah, nappa comfy, Kuno. I'll die before I squeal, pig. I come from the woods. Don't.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and.
Oh, I didn't level up my thing. Do I want imagination?
If there ever.
Oh yeah, nappa.
Love it in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. Goddamn right he's not a gardener. He's an athlete. Every rock connects, making the battered corpse look.
What? You want to fuck Kuno now? That's it. Who's the man?
What would?
Nothing. See, nothing. Just slicing some bacon. The.
He's calling us Kuno. He says we're.
The kid, irregular speech pattern. This is where you quickly ask him questions. Real
Kuno doesn't give a shit about this. Kuno's fucking's got one big thing wrong with him. Look at him. Fucking Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Oh, come on. He's just pretending that he doesn't care because he's too small.
Get the fuck out of here trying to fuck on me with that mid. What are you? Fuck.
Trying to fuck on Kuno. Fuck out of here.
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was Kuno kicked that shit in the sea. Rugby style. That shit, yeah? That shit means nothing to... You want to fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. Yeah, cocking boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? So yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor. Go...
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information?
Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That
Kuno's fucking...
he's trying to hide the fact that...
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno's not a snitch, that's all. Probably climbed. You heard Kuno. I don't know. Mesco.
There is no Night City anywhere. That's...
Yeah.
Thanks, Kuno. That's one name you can now cross off the list.
Just a couple...
Yeah, you tell the faggot
Fuck you.
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Oh, get the fuck...
They're lost with...
Why don't you...
Maybe we should.
Your test...
Get lost...
Right, Pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno. Listen, listen. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags.
You'd have to be blind not to notice the giant white letters F-A-L-N running down his trouser leg.
Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around.
The lieutenant remains silent, but his
Pig, these are foul modulars. Believe it.
These could drastically coach physical instrument endorse. They will also make you into an idiot.
Whatever. Kuno was trying to help you, but you're too fat for fouling anyway. The fuck? A mug in the trash. Is this about the fucking clothes again? Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that.
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to...
The kid may have something there. He's already come.
Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there.
Tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious.
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno.
Yeah, get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like... Look at that fucking shit. Fuck does Kuno...
It's a trap, Kuno.
Don't know.
Kit is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Erie-Opagite descent. It used to be a common first name.
The fuck does this have to do with the Kuno? Kuno doesn't give a shit who she is. That's just some shit.
He's hiding something.
Pig, if Kuno was...
But it is not hidden, is it, sire? You picked up on it. You should examine the pile of roofing material again.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
It's always Kuno, never I.
Kuno does trying to get...
Watch out! Help!
Help!
Everyone can hear. You need to get the hell out of here before.
Yeah? Get out of here before the Kuno beats the...
Yeah, that's right. Drag your fat ass out of here, fat boy, before Kuno fucks you.
Bye! Got fucked by the Kuno.
An inconspicuous pile. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted. Because there's a secret door hid. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
What is this then?
What's that pig thing? Wait, I couldn't see the text for that. Oh, what? Goddamn game. Oh. Wait, what the fuck is this? Can we path all the way up there?
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin. When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the... You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at that machine is a Kvalsund 1020 HK.
Is it? Kvalsund, but I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here. What are we doing? Or it could be that we are just exploring. The cloak? Well, it doesn't seem too dead.
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets may hide?
Oh, I used up a level up already.
Tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing. As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses. Ankles tingling from the tension, blood roaring in your ears. As the concrete floor welcomes you.
I knew you could do it. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your...
With your feet firmly planted on the... Rusting marsh. On. Arrête. Off. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air. With a surprising... The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again. Moving this...
I can't see how that was worth the wreckers. Except for seeing the crane in action.
Oh, I'm so rich.
Before you stands a cargo container.
You do? There are 1 million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one? There may very well be, but we are not here to look. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk to the Union, right?
You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. No reply. The knot produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the...
There's some good stuff here. Oh wow, how big is this? This is really cramped.
Before you is a walrus of a man. With great effort, with a mixture of expectation and impatience.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please. I'm Everard Clare, head of the I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from...
He looks extremely comfortable. The time...
You go ahead, detective.
Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some...
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. Forget about it.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong conviction. I, too, have convictions. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future,
You're no Titan of Elysium, buddy. He's got you in a fork.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be a... So tell me, how can the head of...
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world.
By the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a...
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money.
Yes, I know, Lawrence. He's a real...
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least, don't thank him for it.
Is there anything you'd like to say to me? Or... Cool. I wouldn't go that far. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear isn't... The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words. When he said, don't worry, he actually meant, be very worried.
Are you all right, Harry? It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouth.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
Oh, I took a novelty check. The chair's killing me. +1, don't say thanks to it. Oh, I can't quick save? Oh, are you fucking giving me a game?
Officer, we will deal with this later.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because...
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry! Mr. Dubois, are you okay?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertain...
Okay, enough. We are here.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions.
Of course. My God, so it's...
I think the odds of that.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean...
So good to hear.
Words flow like I guess word has already reached him. It's just a brown folder.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of something?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind?
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
It's Harry. Harry Dubois. No, I'm really not. You are. And I can work with you, Harry. Now, what... Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man, do you strike yourself? Well, yes. I'm sure you're going to make one little boy or a girl very happy and proud one day, Harry. Well, Harry, if I were to sum you up in one word, it would be apologetic. Yes. You
Literally,
seem to
the story's up on Earth.
a lot of the time, but right now there's no reason to be.
He's probably just making a guess based on your recent activity in Martinez. As you look at the folder, Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. Is he trying to hide that it's not a real?
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt.
He got the name from the Census Bureau. And
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi, from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy...
That means he doesn't really pity. The mystery of you will have to remain.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on. Harry, honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. Yes, Harry. Anyway, I assure you. Yes, your gun will be...
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Why would I tell him that? It seems hella dumb. Why would... Should I tell him? rhetoric.
Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to...
Yes, thank you for the hot tip regarding your lost gun, Harry. Now please, let the profession...
It did not come as a surprise to him. He might actually not be bullshitting.
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as...
The reaction appears to be sincere, but it's impossible to tell with this guy, honestly.
You've hurt me, Harry. Me, a friend. But you know what? I trust you, like I trust all my friends. And I know you'll never talk to me about this again, because you don't want to wound me.
He's hiding his real reaction.
Thank you for your understanding. We will continue.
You too, Lieutenant. You know, I like you, but you never were my favorite. I'm a Harry guy.
None taken. Did we have anything else to do here, Harry?
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to help, like I'm helping you with your lost gun. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information.
Yes, that sounds good.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors.
I'm not sure I understand. If you're asking us to break down someone's door...
Come now. I just need you to go open a little door for me, and...
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts.
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have...
You want to send someone a message?
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man. Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. A loud, blabbering weasel. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over. Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez. Fantastic, my friend. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hard and so. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation. We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her because you and I are such good friends and I'm helping you find your lost gun. I'm not a... Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here. I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about...
It is rather interesting to tell people things about each other, isn't it? It was nice telling him about her right now.
Oh, I screwed up by telling him about her, huh?
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Here, you're one of us now.
Okay. How do you get out of this fucking place?
The lyrics to this, the accent is so thick.
Container, Everard. He looks... I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs. I mean, I don't personally... Just some of the other guys don't look too... Oh, yes. Born and raised, people say us Ubis...
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am.
The containers in the yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountains rising behind Leo is all red in Union colors. It's like some red infection was spreading. There appear to be cisterns underneath the Union container covers.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debarders Union logo on them.
Oh, I don't know, mister. They say it's some chemicals. Most of them have No, not really. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things. Says I go and tell them. Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. Oh, most of the... We're on a strike.
So, no...
Not everyone. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everett sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so. Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some... I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. Well, that's just how boys are, you know.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hearties.
Look at him. It's not going to be anything useful anyway. Don't fight it. Better to go with the flow.
I remember I was the runt of the class. But Mr. Everett and his brother, Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar are real nice guys, mister. You should... Yes. I'm like Mr. Everett. Actually...
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
Miss Beaufort.
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real, but I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here, and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes, I am. Oh, Lizzie, she is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river.
He respects that work.
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up. If me missus and me was to have a child, Dr. Lemaitre...
Law school? Could she be talking about the union fixer?
Yeah, we know her name is Lizzie.
The gardener.
Looks like it.
I'm not sure what a fixer is, but...
Telling the gardener you know her name might throw her off. Perhaps something to consider later.
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. Bye-bye now.
More money. What's the music breaking?
Before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems... Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Because what wasn't an option? Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective. You can't do that.
Does that mean I can actually persuade the door to open? What's that? No, 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 no.
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, Coke. On second glance, someone...
It's unfortunate.
The drawer opens smoothly. Hundreds of documents contain... and the same materials being handed. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, hundreds of and the same... You already went through all of these. Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics. It appears to be a to-do list written. Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everart's plants. All items on the list.
One of his aides must have left it.
The special borscht seems a bit odd in the list. The drawer slides shut smoothly. The front of this quote because Friesel, to your disappointment, after all, the magazine is divided into comrade. As you know, this but like only 4 issues in. So please, if you value our radical
what do you expect? It was laying around.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of content. It takes a moment. Why they decide as you leaf through the main feature, the tip-top tournée is an this so-called artist. You think you're instead where to even so all of it basically, and that precisely is what at the end of the day it's the destruction of these 750,000 real. You see, one cannot avoid the conclusion that tip-top.
I can safely say the thought had never crossed my mind, detective. I'm sure most things are. If I had to wager, I'd say...
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of... Unsurprisingly, much of... You skim the headlines. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Cape Side apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent. According to these editorials, that judging from the you flip back to the front of the magazine. This section, you also... Whoa. It seems to be, according to this extremely credulous... Of course not. This is the SRV we're talking about. Precisely. For too long.
The Samaran People's Republic? No, I should expect not. They are quite the spectacle, as I understand. On account...
You flip back to the front of...
Oh, thank you, autosave.
Nobody betrayed.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
You have succumbed to all. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Alrul.
It's not...
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach. Got drunk.
No, you don't. You...
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle. You gave the world. You dominate. You will...
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
Enough with this. Bring your troops to the wall.
You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. It would enrich you rhetorically. Well, not as such. What you do with the mastery of advanced race theory.
Racists are generally not very good examples.
Welcome to Revachol. He must think
I am not like that.
True. The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however, it is not entirely free of throwbacks in the phylogenetic tree.
You exhibit forward projection of the jaw. It is impossible. This leads me to your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Revachol. I am not the first line of defense.
You pick up on something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. This is unlike him.
Fine. They have find out.
Interesting.
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that. Mr. Clare is a man of vision. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has... Idiotic communism is the single greatest contributor to your... Above all, offshoot. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory. The South Island, right? We are the... I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Elysium... No. I'm from Couronne. And no, you have heard enough about our phylogeny.
I think this racist is better than the last.
That will be the...
They're all...
Race is reality.
Should I show him the mug?
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. Yeah, you have. With a sudden flash, the world freezes.
Conceptualization. What would I get for doing that? Maybe not.
Your race descent has only worsened. He does not so much as glance at the Stop showing me your pathetic. He had nothing to do. Does he strike you as the kind of man who puts mugs into trash? Your race descent has only worse. Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is...
Do you?
There are 3 categories of race. Those are the Simonese, the Ariop. A receding genetic pool has led them out on. You know them by the names of their... Mahoon is a derogative term for first world people of Gotvoldian descent. They do not all have eczema. You're welcome. The mound are proof that you... Colorful tassels are, let's be... The Vespertines and Messenians, the other
this is so much to take in.
Proven by the mound and the mask. Occidental, the Areopage, the latter is perfect. The Koikos of Grad, Hugo, Jimsk, Chest et al. Are what you would call white officers. Yes, pinkness. Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates? They are microscopic. Its leaders, Revacholian. Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off. The revolution. Enough of tips. The F are a museum. Lesser. The mess. It seems unlikely that 2 human beings produce genetically sterile offspring. You are. Then there is the Simino Koikikai. The Koiko. This. Your eyes bounce to the young woman at his side, twirling her hair. It's the heart that. He does not seem angry, nor does the woman look affected. She just twirls it. You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even word. You need to internalize what you have heard here today. I cannot possibly imagine what...
Yes?
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez. Of course, it's time to become a citizen of the kingdom. It is not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In history's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to... That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Tisk tisk. Just because you may never live to what rationality, what sang-froid. Do you believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed? There you have it. Sometimes holding the line is progress. The kingdom is different partly because humanity will need to discard. It's also post-industrial. Post-ideal. Slow down, Mr. Reasonable. Did you... That's right. Remember, real...
Kingdom of Consciousness. Oh, I have to have more slots? How does this game work? Oh, I can forget it if I want. Wait. How do I unlock it? Uh...
The already familiar.
How do I get onto this? Wait, what's this?
This is the night watchman's booth.
If you must.
Nothing incriminating. It's a black and white photo of a young couple.
Why did you take that? Fine, but...
How do I get down from here? Also, there's something interactable on the thing. Can't walk up to it.
Rusting crane does not return to its original position.
Guess I can't reach it from here.
Scab? You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics.
I was just messing with you. Imagine, you cops going on a... Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife? The little boy I... to get me into trouble.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, and it serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes. I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about...
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff, mostly. That was the interesting part. It's a minor nuisance. It's all good. I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the...
How does it?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hat. Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
All of it? There are junior officers out there, eager to prove themselves.
It's implied. He finds it...
And Mesquite is epic then, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you. No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way. Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
The coin lands into your hand as...
Always glad to help out the RCM. Shame I can't do more. You know, the winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Still better than scabbing though. Nothing to worry about really. The jam's a bit of a mess, cargo can't get in or out. The ration... I'm always glad to help out when possible. Not like the mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing? What a thought! Why would nobody... Your dead guy was an enemy combatant. He was an agent of the opposition. I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large...
He's not lying.
Understood. This has been...
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search. A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open? I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say. I knew this man was a commie. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the wailing in rags. That's all I know.
Okay, but...
The janitor gave it to me. None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? I'm more of a philosophical duckwork.
He means he's not going to tell you, cause he doesn't ask him about the Hardy Boys.
Los Ardis? They're an independent they're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. We're negotiating our... Aye. This stuff, they already covered. It's not enough. Not enough to get ahead. More about keeping us in our... all of it.
This seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page.
No. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't. Just the way the world works, boyadero. I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and I guess you kind of get to be the village chief.
By that, you...
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? The old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. He is reasonably lavish, sure. Besides, there are no
This man has political theory, and it has...
Sure. I've had the...
The look in his brown eyes conjures up... It all comes together now. That of a noble peasant, or a traveling herdsman. True to yourself. Independent... No. No. The man sits on the railing. His hand...
Oh my god, the pathing in this game. Yes, god. See, let's get that body down.
okay?
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too.
Trying to...
Normal is not what we got here. You've got to work.
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the shit?
He can't.
Pigs can't. How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there. It's a vitamin.
You could use some.
Yeah?
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna...
You're not getting this.
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna owe...
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. So? Yes, so... Kuno! Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. You go. After...
Yeah, real interesting.
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of yes, and it's critical. Look at you. You need to get so magged up. Yes, if you want to live. The man before you is naked, but for a pair... The man before you is naked.
The steel reinforced.
He doesn't actually...
The cadaver is...
What?
Someone else? You mean like the police? No. I know it's hard, but I assure you, there has to be a less risky way. With less falling down. I
would really prefer if there was another. But what other options? The corpse twist.
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Where?
They'll miss. The pigs will miss Kuno.
The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He appears too deep in concentration to even notice what you said.
But what else can we do?
Oh yeah, do this shit. Fuck it up.
I'll blow his head off.
Silence, and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. Securing that's a keel, he then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surround.
God damn it.
A lot of things were wrong with that shot. The fellow's desk was the wrong...
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's...
The lieutenant doesn't.
No, any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate... I have to say...
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot.
It's bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana boyka. Take it and shoot yourself in the...
The cold you've held.
The fuck are you...
The buckle.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your...
Your field of view narrowed. The slow move.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggot?
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces. With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body, looking straight at you.
Communism.
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. Then, the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
Ace is high.
The ace is high. You could add an ace's low to it, if you like.
Yeah.
The
Down
high
low.
arrives with a sharp slap. As you turn around, there is a moment of doubt. Feels like that low ain't chill. But then it does, and with furious precision. The lieutenant is not one to leave an ace's low hanging.
Oh man, I like him a lot.
I knew these guys were.
Kuno cracks.
I knew they.
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before...
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells.
It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the... Yes, the 4 phases of a... I'm satisfied with that part. The trash contained 2. Initial examination of the... 3. Field autopsy. This will not...
The fucking cops again.
4 and final, transport of the coroner's case to the district morgue. I'll do that. God, is... No, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability, an honor, and a burden. With shooting like that? Of course you are. Your station would not have... I would suggest we interview Everhart and Joyce, the leader of the Union and the Wild Pines rep. But we've already...
Yeah, I did it.
Fuck does Kuno care?
The rotting man lies on his side with his eye.
Come on, officer. You know.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit. You must have me confused with the... You, sir. You are the Copperpedia.
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity. I'll ask you when I need you to. For the most part, maybe I should handle the contact and you take notes? That's right.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes, and above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with...
That's you.
The corpse is indifferent to... KK equals Kim Kitsuragi. 57 equals Precinct 57. That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
And what would that make the alphanumeric?
HDB 41 0803. Help me out with the time of day, anyone? 10:15. It's understated.
Good. And... roughly 50.
Dry 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side. Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola, the pudgy mess of curdled meat.
Fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Like red pigs can have sex.
Nor does he look male, with his...
We're still going with March 4th. 51.
Oh, because this is a game made in the UK.
What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable.
HDB 41.
None. At least not after the initial examination. Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem. They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dockwalkers.
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture.
We should start the postmortem.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Babrodine, yes.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expected.
The rest of the clothes have been removed post-mortem by scavengers in order to get to the victim's ceramic armor. Officers are in search of the missing pieces.
It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire. If you are to keep them for yourself, as you ought to, you have deserved them more than anyone else.
What are we gonna do with boots? I'll write
The
down.
boot
Okay.
has a serial number. It's E50.100.1 tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings to be added to the case file as document A1.
Use my descriptor.
The photo is taken on the scene using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters, generally consistent with age 42. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with the age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold to touch, wet. The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start There must be brilliantine in there. He's combed his hair back with oil.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thigh.
Fucking low velocity. You think Kuno doesn't... Talking...
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation. Ligature mark.
Ligature mark.
Steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. We need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below.
See? No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there. Steady now. After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot. Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
As it ought to. This is where its grip on the curdled meat is gentlest.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced. Chest is intact. Normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant. Pelvis intact. Genitalia...
No!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
The dead man's penis is average-sized, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genitalia is greenish. Marbling is present around the crotch.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active.
We have a real... Last item. Hands.
The hand feels heavy, filled with decay liquids. like it's ready to explode if squeezed hard enough. You're suddenly repulsed.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling. I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next? Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
What would that be?
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
I think that may well be the moral of Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it. You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh.
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system, respiratory system. Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen.
No scream. No sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air. It's hard. Once more, you taste stomach acid. Inside, you mute silence as always.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus. Hepatobiliary. Na. Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
Hepato means liver, and biliary, the gallbladder. Nothing in your alcohol-soaked memory.
Neither am I. That's it. Same for toxicology and serology. Na. Unless you have untapped
reservoirs? No, but do they take obscure trivia and odd tips?
Like a toxicology screening? At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should... Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands. Gastrointestinal.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila. What's next on the list? Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on...
Be thorough if you want maximum results.
Head, chest and scalp, and your opinion, officer? Agreed. Next injury. So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on this has confessed to causing it at
coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless...
Right. Next, a dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring... I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the...
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head. Think for a moment. There's time. Don't rush.
Man, I don't think... I think he was either drugged and then hung in the tree. Because, like, he didn't resist or anything. I don't know if it was fatal or not, though.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over. Well, we established probable cause of death. We also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks. We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I would for processing.
You tilt your head. I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
I thought we decided to leave it to processing.
Damn it. Okay. So you can sneak out of your room, maybe, after he's got no reply. However many times you...
Please stop trying to perform a necromantic ritual. We have other things to do.
You run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen... The genitals in his breeches continue to be unnoteworthy.
Do you think we missed something? Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast. Hey, wasn't there a giant ice bear sarcophagus below that building? Now, detective, I've rarely been disappointed by the size of a giant ice bear fridge. Let's move. With every hour, whatever we are looking...
This is... okay. I guess that's what that thing is for. Maybe the thing's thawed by this point.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric... The ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You see the pry bar.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I have no idea, officer.
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool. Both cables are somewhere in the dark. A giant electrical map.
Got some level ups, didn't I? I can level up authority. So I need... I can't get any more suggestion. Or empathy. Not a very physical guy.
bear's eyes are still glowing red.
It's certainly an...
Your visual confirmed.
Shall we go and get...
The two of you. The body is heavier than you expected, and stinkier. It takes half an hour to get it down to the basement. Then 10 more minutes to stuff it into the fridge.
Beautiful. A dead body in a nice...
You've definitely earned a drink after this. Perhaps even some pagan rites.
Of course you don't. Look at that. What have we done? We stuffed a dead body in a nice bare fridge. This does not leave this room. Did we though? At least we've stopped the body from
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped, waiting. No reply. However many times you...
Please stop trying to perform the necrom...
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. You're still coming up with... That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
Yes, it can be difficult to be on the receiving end.
Nothing you can say would... Cop gives up.
Well, time to watch Loki.